Yeah, what do you want? We fought against the Republic forces for some time, over the course of many battles. At the start, they were not much of a threat to speak of. But once the Jedi Revan took charge, things began to turn against us. The Republic fleets began to use more than just basic tactics. Feints, counterattacks, mass deceptions. Revan was a genius on the field. Revan abandoned worlds of their defenders so that others would be too fortified to strike, and was willing to make sacrifices in order to advance goals. And in the end, Revan proved too much for us. The Sith had gone, retreated into their empire. They sealed themselves off from the rest of the galaxy. We thought it would be centuries before they'd come back. It's amazing that they could rebuild their fleet so fast. But at the time, it looked like the galaxy was in our grasp. I still remember that final battle in the skies above Malachor 5. The two fleets filling the space around it, outshining the stars. Yeah, we lost. But there is no shame in it. We lost to the greatest single warrior the Republic has ever known. It was not your ships, or your men, or your vaunted fight for freedom that won this, the final battle of the war. It was by the actions of one person, the Jedi Revan, that you prevailed. His strategies and tactics defeated the best of us. Even Mandalore himself was taken aback by the ferocity of his attacks, the tenacity of his defenses, and the subtleties of his plans. He fought us to a standstill, and then began pushing back. We really didn't have a chance. It was what we had wanted all along, in a way. We wanted to fight the best, in a battle that would be remembered for centuries. And we did. And Revan won. I don't hold a grudge against Revan, and neither do any of my people. It was the greatest moment of my life to be in that battle. If Revan had been a Mandalorian, nothing in the galaxy would have stopped us. But wishing for the past to be different is useless. Better look to the future, as we should now. We'll talk more later, I think. Is there something else you want to know? Your choice. Yeah, what do you want? The war we had with the Republic was supposed to be the most glorious battle in our history. But it was a very costly one. I guess we didn't think of how much we could lose in it. There weren't many of us after that last battle. Mandalore himself was killed at the hands of the Jedi Revan. The best of us could not defeat him. After that last battle, those of us that survived were stripped of our weapons, our armor, and our basilisks. Revan's forces destroyed them while we were forced to watch. Those who hadn't fled earlier were left with nothing to call their own. No weapons, no armor, only the honor of having fought in the battle we just lost. For many, this was not enough. While the rest of us were sent into exile on the Outer Rim, they tried to relive the old days, raiding worlds. They're nothing more than bandits now. Yeah, I came to Taris. And forcing for Davik was not stimulating. The gangs on Taris and Davik's rivals were trash. They give no thrill in battle, no honor or glory in defeating them. It was like stepping on bugs. I sought worthy challenges, but the best that Taris could offer were nothing to me. But I think now, with you, I may finally find opponents worth fighting. Maybe later I'll tell you more about what it was like to work for Davik. For now, though, we should get on with our lives. Is there something else you want to know? Your choice. Yeah, what do you want? Your...
Got something on your mind? Oh, What is it? I have been bothered by something of late. I never told you where I came from, did I? Where I grew up as a child? I suppose I was trying to deny what I was feeling. I have been wrestling with my feelings inside, trying to come to terms with it, but I find I cannot. I must have someone to blame. Someone to blame for the destruction of my homeworld. Someone who is responsible for the death of everyone I have ever known, except those on Dantooine. Taris. It was Taris that the Sith destroyed to try to kill you and your precious Bastilla. Taris, my homeworld. If it were not for you and Bastilla, the Sith would have never had reason to destroy that world. It was your fault for being there, and your fault for rescuing Bastilla. Without your intervention, the Sith would have had no cause to lay waste to my childhood. Just let me vent my anger. I need someone to blame. Something. Anything. I hated that world. Yet everything I learned as a child, I learned there. It is as much a part of me as the air I breathe. I have this ache inside me, where all my childhood memories lay, and I find your face there with them. If it was not for you, that world would still exist. I know. I suppose I realized that. But it is so hard to lose your entire past. You would not understand. Yes, I suppose it will. As long as we remain focused on our task, it will. I am sorry. I will try not to distract you in the future with my trivial experiences. We should stop for now. Yes. What? I was remembering Taris. No, it's all right. I think I am over the worst of it. I apologize again for lashing out at you. It was not your fault. It was a horrible place to have to live. At least in the lower cities where the non-humans tended to get relegated. Living for years in a place with no sun, living off the trash dropped from the upper levels, and the meager pay doing back-breaking labor. My family and I struggled each and every day to make something of our lives. But we could only go so far. Taxes from the corrupt government, more fees from the gangs controlling the streets, and whatever was left paying for what food and medical supplies we could afford. And of course, there was the constant bigotry and hate from the more affluent and human citizens, lording their wealth over us living below. Every once in a while, a rich human would come down through the lower levels with his droid entourage just to see how the wildlife lived, and laughed at the mockeries that were our successes. But I have come to meet many decent humans in my travels since those days. Indeed, some of the greatest people I have ever met are human. The Jedi who encouraged me to join the Order, the one who was with the group going to fight the Mandalorians, she was human. I suppose I see something of her in you when I look. I am sorry. I am getting away from my point, if there even was one. Sometimes I curse the day my parents fled to Taris. But then again, if they had not, I would not be where I am today. Another story for another time. For now, we must continue our own epic, to save the galaxy, if we can. How may I be...
How can I help? Can I...
Yes, what's on your mind? Oh, it's nothing, sorry. I told you my wife died 4 years ago. I've just been trying to remember what she looked like. It shouldn't be so difficult. I can remember things about her, things she did, the way she smiled, what her hair smelled like. Our last fight, just not her face. I try and hold it in my head, but it's gone. I don't know, is that strange? Maybe I shouldn't be talking to you about this. But I should be able to remember her face. It's frustrating. I feel like I'm losing her. It must look really strange for me to be obsessing like this still. You must think I'm incredibly stupid. Maybe. It can't be worse than what I tell myself sometimes. The only thing that's kept me going since she died has been the need to find Saul and kill him. It's better to think about that than anything else. If I can do that, then maybe I can let her go. Let it all go. If we encounter Saul, if we ever have the chance, promise me that I'll be the one to kill him. I have to settle this. I need to. Thank you. I guess there's really nothing else to say.
Kipuna, Bonana Kichu. Selima Wanga Kunbikin. Mucho Shakapaka. Mucho Shakapaka. Mucho Shakapaka. Mucho Shakapaka. Tonki ba non tontek. Kipuna, Bonana Kichu. Selima Wanga Kunbikin. Kipuna, Bonana Kichu. Tonki. Tong abuk shami. Tong abuk shami. Tong ki ba non tontek. Selima Wanga Kunbikin. Tong abuk shami non. Mucho Shakapaka. Tong ki ba non tontek. Tonki ba non tontek. Kipuna, Bonana Kichu. Kipuna, Bonana Kichu. Tong abuk shami. Mucho Shakapaka. Tong abuk shami nonok. Mucho Shakapaka. Mucho Shakapaka. Tong abuk shami nonok. Mucho Shakapaka. Selima Wanga Kunbikin. Kipuna, Bonana Kichu. Kipuna, Bonana Kichu. Tonki ba non tontek. Tonki ba non tontek. Tong abuk shami nonok. Mucho Shakapaka. Selima Wanga Kunbikin. Kipuna, Bonana Kichu. Kipuna, Bonana Kichu. Tonki ba non tontek. Kipuna, Bonana. Kipuna. Kipuna, Bonana Kichu. Tonki ba non tontek. Mucho Shakapaka. Tonki ba non. Tongki ba non tontek. Mucho shakapaka. Selima wanga kipuna. Tongki ba non ton. Tong abuk shami nonok. Tong abuk shami nonok. Tongki ba non tontek.
Kalonord is dead, Lord Malak. He has failed in his mission. Forgive me.
The penalty for failure is death, Admiral Kareth. But the failure was Kalo's, not yours. You may rise.
Shall I hire another bounty hunter, Lord Malak?
No mere bounty hunter can stand against a Jedi. I shall not make the same mistake again. My apprentice, Darth Bandon, shall take care of our young Jedi friend. Find Bastila and bring her to me, alive, if possible.
As you command, Master.
I took the loss of my droid much too hard. I feel I must apologize. I was much too attached to my droid. It was all that was left of my husband, you see. Maybe I thought that through the droid, my husband could live again, be with me still. But I went too far. I could not see what was missing in living a normal life. Fortunately, in my grief, I returned here and ran into Samt, an absolutely fascinating man. Samt and I got to talking, and, well, we have a lot in common. I think we'll be seeing more of each other. It's funny how things work out in the end. Maybe there is such a thing as fate, after all. But I think we should be going now. We have so much more to talk about. I just wanted to thank you for what you've done for me, and what you tried to do. Goodbye, and thank you.
Kukuno no ba mulera chikun. Tonghit kun chonking. Shi gratu loda pograshi onneon kompa chintomo muchuba. Loda dita kun. Ita patisa batua. Ka chikun ita hodonga. Ikin kuno ba mulera chikun. Jeda badawana ni dibobo. Janshak bulara, umrauchiska duchi, on chubanjishka yanki. Ronda di hotonga kun hankabi. Achuta, wonga kun bistulpi ki. Ronda di hotonga kun hankabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule.
Mucho shakapaka.
Tolpa da bongwale kando nangugu chuchut. Kavadum ku pelio botenya.
Kipuna. Bona na kichu.
Takom justach miki grabalmogo.
Tong abuk shami nonok. Tong ki ba non tontek. Selima wanga kun bitkin.
Tong haitwam jiji jumplumpa. Nita poe tikito. Tolpa da bongwale o gando nan chuchut.
Huh?
You're back! I knew you'd come through for me. I knew I could count on you. You do have a tech land for me, right? Come to Papa, you sweet simian organ. It may not look like much, but once I turn this into a bottle of Torresian ale, it'll end up being worth a fortune. Thanks, Mission. You won't regret helping me out with this.
This wasn't my idea, Griff. If it was up to me, I'd let the exchange deal with you.
Jesus, that's pretty harsh. Come on, I know things haven't been great between us, but when I go into the market on Torresian ale, I'll make things up to you.
Forget it, Griff. Don't you understand? It's too late. You're dead to me now. I don't want any more to do with you, ever.
Okay, that's the way you want it. But when I'm rich, you're gonna regret saying that. You know, once we synthesize this and start brewing Torresian ale in mass quantities, we're gonna be looking for some investors. You give me a couple of 100 credits, and I can get you in on the ground floor. You'll get a return of, oh, at least 20 times your investment. You don't know much about business, do you? When an opportunity like this comes along, you have to jump at it. Come on, what do you say? It's your loss. I better get started brewing that ale. Meet me back here later, and I'll give you a down payment on what I owe you.
Hey there, what can I do for you? I'm not gonna worry about Griff anymore. Like you said, he brought this on himself. Besides, he always treated me like garbage. Now it's payback time.
How may I? Of course.
Skronki patsnemo, chi itakanki channa kilikon. Kinba muli radwanaji.
Los Everest en la list. Es kan de kosten voor andere slagere sjoer. Stoffen achten.
Achua penti, yun patisa. Kichuba jikutka naga, kingu wa muli radwana.
Esraef. Esraef.
Chiwi aita ka chong chicha. Agi inko tune chuna muli ra. Ki muli ra kun king. Ki muli ra. Ki.
Yeah, what do you want? You're...
There are some who believe Korriban is the birthplace of the Sith. This planet is an evil place. There are secrets here best left uncovered. During the vision, I felt cold and trapped, almost as if I was buried alive. It felt like we were in some kind of tomb. No doubt things will become more clear once we discover the star map's location. Maybe you're right. Most of the Dark Jedi would only know me by name, but there are a few among them who might recognize my face. For the safety of our mission, I must remain on the Ebon Hawk while we are on this planet. How can I help?
Yes, what's it? You mean if I kill him? Well, I never thought about it. I suppose I always assumed that I would be dead once Saul was. Well, it's never occurred to me. I've always been the captain of my own ship, after all, or thought about going after Saul on my own. But I'm not in the same situation now. I wouldn't risk hurting you or the others. You don't think I would throw away everything we're doing here, do you? I would like to think that I wouldn't put you in danger, that I wouldn't forget that there's more behind Saul that needs to be stopped. If I saw Saul, however, if I had the chance, I don't know what I'd do. I really don't. I mean, his death has been my entire focus for so long. I know, I'll see this through. I promise you that, no matter what. As for what comes afterward, well, let's wait until I know that I'm around to see it.
How may I be of assistance? What? Of course.
What?
Ah, so we meet again, Cantress. It has been quite a long time.
Joggy? He was a warrior under my command up to the Battle of Alfir. But I thought...
You thought I was dead, didn't you? You thought all of us that you had sent on that attack had perished. You sent us to die in a foolish attack, while you directed your forces elsewhere. You broke from the battle plan and let us die for it, so that you could have the honor of being the first to kill the enemy commander. I alone realized what was happening, and managed to escape the trap before it closed. The trap he set for his own men.
I did what was prudent at the time. If I had not done it, the battle would have...
The battle would have been won anyway. I am tired of your excuses, Canderous. I have spent years tracking you down since the clans were banished, and I will not rest until I've had my vengeance. I challenge you, Canderous. I challenge you to fight the fight you fled that day above Alfir in the dune seas of Tatooine. I will be waiting for you. I have spread the news of the challenge since I learned you had landed on this world. All the surviving Mandalorian clans know of what I do here, and that we shall meet on Tatooine to settle this debt of vengeance once and for all. If you fail to meet me there, you shall be stripped of all honor and forever cast out of our society. It will be you and me alone in the dune seas of Tatooine. A final battle that can only end in death. I shall be waiting for you there, Canderous.
I've been given a challenge I can't ignore. We've got to go to the dune seas of Tatooine so I can find Joggy and kill him for his insult to me. The sooner we get to Tatooine, the better.